You know that feeling when you walk into a room and it's like you've suddenly turned invisible? That happened to a friend of mine not too long ago. She was at the grocery store and standing at the counter waiting to ask about the salmon. And the guy behind the counter looked straight past her to a woman who was half her age, and she thought, seriously? Did I just become invisible? If you felt that too, you're not alone. In fact, studies show that 62% of women over 50 feel socially invisible at least once a week. That's more than half of us wondering, does anyone really see me anymore? Hi, I'm Shabina, and welcome back to Imperfectly Unfolding. Today, we're going to talk about loneliness and the invisibility in women over 50. Because it isn't about just being alone, it's about feeling unseen, unheard, and sometimes even irrelevant. But here's the truth: loneliness is not proof that something's wrong with you, it's a signal, an invitation to reconnect with yourself and find ways to connect with others. Loneliness in this stage of life is common, and there are a few reasons why. First, we live in a culture that's obsessed with youth. Every ad, filter, every movie seems to send the same message that we lose value with every wrinkle, which is simply not true. But it does affect how we feel. Then life shifts. Children leave home, parents may pass or need care, retirement changes our daily routines, and the connections we once had aren't automatically there anymore. And then here's the kicker: sometimes we start doing it to ourselves. We tell ourselves people are too busy, we don't want to bother anyone, and we quietly pull back before anyone has a chance to push us away. For myself, during some of my hardest years in my life, I felt incredibly lonely, even when I had people around me. What was missing wasn't company, it was real connection. That's the kind of loneliness many women talk about after 50. Not the absence of people, but the absence of being truly seen. Many of us have always been the strong one, the caretaker, the one that others lean on. Admitting we're lonely feels almost like admitting weakness. So we smile, we say, I'm fine, but inside there's a quiet ache. Acknowledging loneliness doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. What if loneliness isn't a verdict but a messenger? What if it's a signal saying, this is your moment to come back home to yourself, to rediscover who you are beyond all the roles you've played? Loneliness can feel heavy, but it can also be a doorway to deeper connection, first with yourself and then with others in a nourishing way. Here are three simple shifts that have helped me and have helped other women as well. Number one, small connections matter more than you think. We sometimes believe we need a big circle of friends to stop feeling lonely, but those small everyday moments can make a huge difference. A quick chat with a barista, chatting with the cashier asking how she's doing, or complimenting someone's pet. These brief interactions release feel good chemicals in our brain. When I started paying attention to those little connections, the world just began to feel a little more friendlier. Number two, join something new. When I moved to this little town where I live now, I joined Toastmasters. It was a way to improve my speaking abilities, but it was also a way to connect with people. And it turned out to be something more, a place where I could connect, learn, and feel a sense of belonging again. Sometimes the first step out of loneliness is saying yes to something new, even if it feels uncomfortable. Number three, take care of yourself like you matter. This isn't about turning back the clock, it's about treating your body and spirit as worthy of care. Drinking enough water, moving a little, stepping outside, resting when you need to. When you treat yourself like you matter, others start to treat you that way too. One of the most powerful ways I've found to reconnect is through women gathering circles. I'll be sharing more about this in the future, but for now, I just want you to simply imagine it. What would it feel like to sit with other women who truly listen, who do not judge, and who remind you that you are not invisible? That kind of connection has the power to shift everything. Loneliness after 50 doesn't mean you're broken, and invisibility is not your destiny. You have stories worth telling, wisdom worth sharing, and a voice that deserves to be heard. Sometimes all it takes is one small step toward connection to remind yourself of that truth. If any of this spoke to you, I'd love for you to share in the comments. Have you experienced loneliness at this stage of your life? And what helped you move through it? Your story may be exactly what another woman needs to hear. And if you're looking for a space where you can truly be seen and supported, stay tuned for more about circles I'll be sharing soon. Because we weren't meant to do life alone, and the best chapters of your life may still be ahead. So, with that, please hit the subscribe button, share this video with any woman who you think needs to hear this, and I hope to see you in the next video. From my heart to yours, have a wonderful day. Bye.